Hey, what's up, guys? Steve and Randall here to talk about the tournament, March Madness, going to go through the bracket, going to break down not every game, but we're going to break down quite a few games, take a look and see what's out there. We're going to look at the odds, the opening odds. I actually just locked in a game prior to coming on the air. So we'll talk about that game. Some of these lines are vastly different. Just right now, I can't even remember the name the game we were talking about. I think it was North Carolina, Steve. North Carolina -2.5 on BetMGM to Marquette, and North Carolina on DraftKings -4. So, these lines they're all over the place. So you have to shop around. Normally, I know, Steve, you don't like to lock in things early for March Madness. I don't usually either. Just depends on if we know we're going to be on it, which in the case, we do have one game that we do both love, actually, I guess, two. And we'll get into that here in just a second. So go ahead and going to share the screen. We're going to hop over here to the bracket. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'll go ahead and zoom in one more time just so it's nice and big. Gonzaga, Georgia State, Steve, this line here, Gonzaga -26.5. I don't really have a feel on this game. I tell you, I was really stunned to see Georgia State as the 16 seed, just based on their history in the tournament. But
right. Yeah, and we like them to win that conference tourney. We bet them. And, the problem is, it's obviously a huge talent disparity.
Yeah.
However, laying huge numbers like that in the tourney really isn't a good idea because, there's no incentive to annihilate a team.
Right. No, 100%. Survive in advance. So moving on to the next game, and this is one that I know you and I both love, Boise State, Memphis. I was absolutely thrilled to see Memphis lose today to Houston. The last thing I wanted them doing was coming into this tournament red hot on a winning streak. You see it every year. I tweeted this out last night. Virginia Tech is the biggest fade in round one this year, and Iowa's probably
second biggest.
Second biggest. Yeah, Iowa's there with them.
Yeah.
And so, in this game, Memphis -125 on the money line. I don't know that I see this line going any higher. Maybe we see Memphis 2.5, but I like Memphis here a ton in this spot. And I'll tell you what, I think they can give Gonzaga a game in that second round.
I absolutely agree. We said based on matchup, I was going to hammer Memphis. I love this. Boise State, they came from nowhere to win the Mountain West regular season title. And, we liked them last year. This team's nowhere near as good. They lost a lot of pieces. And, Memphis was a top 10 team preseason for a reason, right? They have the number one recruiting class. Granted, they have probably the worst coach in the field, but it won't matter in this first round. I think they win easily, but they're a hard team to trust laying points, so money line for sure. But -125, I got to bet that. Where's that at? Is that on?
That is on BetMGM right now. It looks like DraftKings has not yet hung money line on that. -1.5 though on the spread there at DraftKings. Looks like it's the same over at FanDuel. Just kind of taking a look at these lines here. Actually, they're -2 on FanDuel, so it is trending in the direction that we thought it would. Taking a look at that next game, UConn, New Mexico State. This is probably going to be a very popular 12-5 upset pick, and I think rightfully so. I think UConn is very overrated. I obviously haven't watched a lot of the Western Athletic Conference New Mexico State Aggies team. But this line's Connecticut 6.5. I would probably lean to New Mexico in the points here, New Mexico State in the points here, but this isn't one that I'm going to be betting.
No, same. I think the Big East overall is going to be a good fade outside of Nova and maybe Creighton. But Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that game. This game, however, though, big fan.
Yeah, Arkansas, Vermont. I mean, this game here. I mean, I have not been high on Arkansas all year at all whatsoever. I definitely will be looking at Vermont in this game. Vermont plus 6.5. Solid
Down to
team.
five, dude. Down to 5.5 on DK now. Yeah, money's
Down to 5.5. Yeah, that's not a surprise to me. I mean, I like I said, this Arkansas team on the road, neutral, totally different team. Totally different. Alabama is going to get the winner of Rutgers and Notre Dame, that 11 matchup there, the 6-11 matchup. So while we're talking about that game, Rutgers -1 to Notre Dame. I think initially here, I like Notre Dame in this spot against Rutgers. You know, again, talking about the play-in game here, winner plays Alabama. And you see it every year. You see these 11 seeds win the first game, have a little bit of momentum. And I mean, Alabama, what a moronic team. You know, live and die by the three, refuse to take mid-range jumpers. You know, I understand the analytics behind it, but I think Notre Dame here could be a team that can knock off Rutgers, and I think they can knock off Alabama as well. Now, let's not forget, I mean, Notre Dame beat Kentucky earlier in the year as well.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, the thing with Alabama is at their best, they can beat anybody. Yeah. They already beat Houston. They already beat Gonzaga. But like you said, they can also lose to anybody
right,
in their style of play. So they're really not a team that I'll probably be looking to bet or fade just because there's so much variance involved with that team. But, I mean, I definitely wouldn't want to lay any points with them in this first round against Notre Dame. So,
yeah, no,
it
same.
would be dog or pass for me.
Same here. Next game, Texas Tech, Montana State. Trying to find a line on this one. Texas Tech -16. I mean, I don't even really need to elaborate on that game. I mean, Texas Tech probably should roll in that game, I would guess. Looking at Michigan State and Davidson, Michigan State -1.5 to Davidson over on BetMGM. DraftKings has it as a pick. So if you want to bet Michigan State, do so on DraftKings. I don't really have a feel on this game. I mean, it's one of those you're getting a Big Ten team, you know, at a pick 'em. I mean, normally this would not be a spot that I would look to bet Michigan State. I mean, maybe the line's telling. This Davidson team pretty solid. Watched them quite a bit in the A10 tournament. The couple of games that they played there. Probably a total pass for me on this particular game.
Yeah, I mean, we just watched them this afternoon, and we had a big bet on Richmond +4 and money line, which, you know, we've been high on this Richmond team all year.
Right.
Really happy it finally paid off. Side note, catch that 16-1 ticket. That was fucking huge.
Absolutely.
But I mean, you know, Davidson, they're another team, you know, very 3-point heavy. So, you know, it's teams like that are always difficult. I mean, you know, if they're hot, they can definitely beat Sporty. You know, Tom Izzo, Mr. March, do you really want to go against him with a, you know, mid-major? I really don't, but like you said, this line is telling, very telling. I think it's a pass for me right now.
Yeah, for sure. And I like I said, I don't want to bet Davidson, so going to have to pass there. Duke, Cal State, Fullerton. We'll wrap this one up here. Duke -17.5 against Fullerton. Again, I mean, not a big fan of laying these huge spreads. 18 on DraftKings, 17.5 on MGM. You know, Duke's going to win this game. I don't think there's any doubt about it. And, you know, just to kind of look at this bracket, you know, on a more broader perspective, I mean, I don't know about you, but you look at the bottom half of the bracket, and I think Duke finds their way right into the Elite Eight.
Friendly draw for Coach K in his last year, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty convenient how that worked out. Yeah, that's a great point there. So yeah, I mean, I guess just to ask you, Steve, I mean, Final Four out of this top left half of the bracket or left portion, I think I'm going to have to take Duke. I think they can beat Gonzaga if that's in fact
already did.
Yeah, already have. And who knows? I mean, Memphis gets past Boise, pulls an upset against Gonzaga. I mean, I really like Duke to make their way to New Orleans. So that would be my Final Four pick in that one.
With you there.
Moving on to the bottom half of the bracket, I'll tell you this stunned me. Baylor a 1 seed. How on earth is Baylor a 1 seed when Tennessee wins the SEC? I'm not making the case that Tennessee should have been a 1 seed, but I don't see how Baylor is a 1 seed here. I mean, how is Villanova not the 1 in this particular instance? I mean, won the Big East. I would have put Villanova over over Baylor in that spot, and not to jump ahead, but I'll tell you, I really do love the draw that Villanova got in that bracket, and it kind of works out for us a little bit because I know you and I are both high on Kentucky, and if Villanova was in this bracket, they would potentially be playing Kentucky to go to the Final Four. So this may work out in our favor, but from an opinion, or in my opinion, this is definitely does not make sense to me.
No.
Talking about North Carolina and Marquette, I mean, I think this North Carolina team is somewhat disrespected here with this seeding. I mean, I guess you could argue they played really well down the stretch. They obviously had the bad game against Virginia Tech, but I think I'd be looking at North Carolina here minus the 2.5 against Marquette.
It's already up to 3. I agree with you there.
Yeah, 2.5 on MGM.
Chaka, not so smart. I mean, we're not a fan of him at all.
No,
probably one of the most overrated coaches of all time, thanks to his run, at BCU a few years ago. Yeah, he's I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I'll tell you this next game, St. Mary's playing the winner of Wyoming and Indiana. I was absolutely stunned to see St. Mary's on the 5 line. Wyoming, Indiana, I don't really have a feel in that particular game. I mean, I think it's hard to not take Indiana.
Agreed. I mean, I was betting them in the Big Ten tourney, and they covered every game. Granted, they lost, thank God, to Iowa, because I didn't want the game going to overtime at the buzzer. But, I give them a lot of credit. I mean, that team's deep, and, they can really lock it down defensively. And, they had like a never say die kind of mentality, got them to the big dance. Yeah, Wyoming, I mean, again, like you see it every year, these, teams from the out in the West, they come in and they just get smacked by the, power conferences.
I mean, this Wyoming team, let's not forget, and I know it's not the same team, but I know Maldonado was on the roster back in 2019, 2020. I mean, this Wyoming team finished 9-24, 2-16 in the conference. So, I mean, a huge turnaround. Last year 7-9, 14-11.
And real quick, I didn't mean to cut you off, but teams like that who really pad their record with a very heavy home schedule, and a very almost all the wins came at home. Teams like that are usually a fade when they go, obviously, into the tournament into a neutral. So
100% there. UCLA Akron. I mean, I don't really have a feel on this particular game. I mean, I think UCLA should definitely win. I don't see this being an upset. UCLA laying 15. Don't really see that as an upset, but looking at this next game, like I said, I posted this on Twitter last night. I said I would be fading Virginia Tech hard. This is going to be, without a doubt, one of the top picks in the 6-11 matchup where everybody is going to take Virginia Tech because they won the ACC. And again, you see this every single year. A few years ago, Lucky Whitehead, Big East, Seton Hall, huge run, 7-10 matchup. Played Gonzaga out west, got the doors blown off of them. I know you and I were all over Gonzaga in that game. Texas is -1 in this game. I think it is an absolute gift. I think Chris Beard will have Texas ready. I think this is definitely going to be a very low-scoring game. Not sure what the total is on that. Would be very curious. But I like Texas here -1. I think it is. I think it is a gift, and I will fade Virginia Tech all day long in this spot.
I'm with you. I mean, Texas is a hard team to trust.
Yeah,
but I mean, I'm not taking VTech, and
No.
you have an amazing track record when you have plays circled in advance. So I'll be riding with you on that one.
Yep, absolutely there. Purdue, Yale. I mean, I don't know what to make of this Purdue team. My love-hate with Purdue. Purdue -16.5 in this one. I was really hoping to see Princeton in this game.
Yeah, me too.
I think they could have given Purdue maybe a little bit better game, but I mean, geez, I mean, you can't trust this Purdue team. I mean, that's the bottom line.
Breaking sports news. Tom Brady's coming back. Sorry.
No kidding.
Yep.
Do we have a team?
I think the Bucks. I just got a text. Wow.
Tom Brady stealing the stealing the thunder on March Madness. Tom Brady is returning for a 23rd NFL season and will play for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2023. Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. Right from Bleacher Report. Unbelievable. Guess Brady wanted to steal the show here. He's stealing our thunder here with March Madness.
Should have bet the Bucks. Should have bet the Bucks future.
Yeah, I mean, and not to get off topic here, but it looks like Carolina making a push for Deshaun Watson. I'm a Saints fan, so we'll see what happens in that division. But let's get back on it here, and let's take a look. Murray State and San Francisco. I mean, Murray State comes into this game. I mean, how many games have they won in a row?
18.
18 in a row. I mean, I'll tell you right now, I think I will be on the Dons in this game. This line opened at a pick. Trying to take a look here and see. MGM does not have anything yet.
Dons -1, current line.
Yeah. -1 on DraftKings.
Yep.
Wow, San Fran's -1. Wow.
Yep.
I think that's very telling. Give me when is this game played? Do we know what day?
Yeah. Well, actually, you know what? I don't think we do, or do it. Yeah, I guess it's Thursday.
Yeah, it should be out here.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Thursday.
Yep. Yeah, I will be all over the Dons in this game for sure. That will definitely be a side for me, I believe. Taking a look at this next game, Kentucky and St. Peter's. We've bet St. Peter's plenty of times over the years. I think Kentucky, let's see, a lot of these books here.
Yeah, there's no
don't have all the lines. Kentucky -17. Again, this is a game Kentucky Kentucky wins this game without a doubt, in my opinion. And honestly, I'd lay the 17 here with them and probably not be worried. Again, probably not a game I'm going to bet, but definitely worth a look. Real quick here, Steve. I mean, what are your thoughts on this bottom bracket with Baylor as the 1, Kentucky as the 2, Purdue as the 3, UCLA as the 4? I mean, what do you see here as far as Final Four goes?
I mean, I think the Elite Eight's going to probably be UCLA, Kentucky. I mean, UCLA. I mean, as much as we didn't like them this year, they've really come around, and they're playing well again at the perfect time, just like they did last year when they went on that run to the finals. So I like UCLA, actually. I think they can beat Baylor. But, yeah, I mean, we've loved this Kentucky team.
Yep.
I think, Sheboy, UCLA doesn't really have an answer for him. I mean, I guess Jaime, could, but no. Give me Kentucky.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a beautiful draw for Kentucky. I mean, they're going to get Murray State, San Fran, like them there. I mean, they're
get to the Elite Eight. Yeah, I mean, I think Kentucky to get to the Elite Eight, great bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Duke to get to the Elite Eight, great bet.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, and I mean, who knows? I truly do believe North Carolina can beat Baylor.
I could see that
if they get past Marquette. And I mean, now you're looking at potentially, UCLA, North Carolina as a team that Kentucky could play in the Elite Eight. I know a lot of people are thinking the Gales are going to make a run, but yeah, I like Kentucky there to make the Final Four.
I mean, Baylor bounced first round of the ACC tournament to Oklahoma. I mean, it's a joke.
Yeah, as a joke that Baylor is a 1 seed. I can't
no.
believe that. So Arizona, let's see. Arizona will be playing the winner of Texas Southern and Corpus Christi. Not much to say about that. I know you and I hate Corpus Christi with a passion. Seton Hall, TCU. I know we were talking as the bracket.
I'll actually bet Arizona in that game no matter what the spread is.
Yeah,
that will be an absolute destruction.
Yeah, that should be a burial. Seton Hall, TCU. I mean, I was texting you. This is when the bracket was starting to come out on this side, and I'm like, oh man, these games are horrible. I mean, I have no feel on this game. I mean, Seton Hall -1 to TCU. Total pass there for me. Houston -8.5 to UAB. I mean, I think Houston's probably worth a look in this spot. Again, this is probably another popular 5-12 matchup. You know, UAB, nice story there down in Conference USA. Conference USA. So yeah, I mean, UAB. You know, I'm not sure that's worth that's really worth a bet there. I'd probably have to take Houston in that spot.
Houston as a money line parlay piece. Yeah. You know, even though you bet those RIP to your bankroll in March Madness. I mean, on the rare occasion, I think it could be a decent play. I mean, I like Houston to win. But.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. Illinois and Chattanooga. I mean, this is a game that, or this is a matchup that a lot of people are taking Chattanooga to pull the upset on Illinois. Illinois -7.5. This is a game I obviously cannot bet, being here in Illinois. So I don't really even have a feel on this game, just simply because I can't bet it. All I'll be rooting for is Loyola and Illinois to get the hell out of the bracket, so that I can place some bets. So what do you see here in this one?
I mean, as low as we are on Illinois, I don't think they can lose this game. I mean, obviously they can lose it, but I don't see it happening. 7.5 point favorite. I mean, Chattanooga, they just don't have anybody really to contend with Cockburn. So
right. Yeah, I mean, that's just trying to throw in a parlay here together, kind of on air, just taking a look. Illinois and Houston, -350, -450 on the money line. I mean, -175. Maybe you throw in, I have no idea. Just looking here on some other games. Maybe you throw in a North Carolina and it's +165. Maybe you take a look at who knows? I mean, Connecticut maybe, although I think they could be on upset alert. Memphis maybe. I mean, that'd make it +182. I mean, you've got some options there if you wanted to build a parlay. But again, as you mentioned, bankroll destruction there at times. Colorado State, Michigan. This is a game. I mean, how is Michigan in this tournament? I was absolutely stunned to see Michigan get in. Not really.
Them beating Ohio State the last game of the year and then winning I guess they didn't win a game in the 20th.
No, they blew that game to Indiana. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, I mean, I very, very, very stunned to see them in this spot. You and I have been pretty high on Colorado State, for most of the year. But I mean, I'm just going to tell you guys, you see it all the time. A couple of years ago, Syracuse got in as got in as a 10 seed. They were in that bracket with Sparty. Sparty lost to Middle Tennessee State, and Syracuse made a huge run. They knocked off Virginia. I think Syracuse went to the Final Four that year.
They did, exactly.
And this could be the same thing with Michigan. And I'll tell you right now, if Michigan's in the Final Four, I know you and I are going to be two pissed off people who had Michigan futures last year. But I don't know. I don't see it. I mean, you've got the –
They're not good enough. They're not good enough. I mean, I don't think they can beat Tennessee, but I mean, obviously this game's a coin flip. It's a pick 'em. So yeah, I mean, but
I've
like
got
I said,
Michigan 2.5.
oh really?
2.5, which I mean that's the deal there. You've got the 11 seed laying points to the 6 seed. It's probably a popular.
I like Michigan there just because you see it too many times, man. When these
Yep.
Mountain West teams just get smacked.
Yep.
Like this is like a repeat. So
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Tennessee Longwood. I mean, not a lot to say here. Tennessee probably a very huge favorite, 17 points. Not sure I'd lay 17 with them. I mean, winning the SEC, but this is a game Tennessee should win. Back to Michigan though, really quickly. I mean, how did Texas A&M not get into the tournament? That one really blew my mind.
Bama, Archie, and Auburn.
Yeah, I mean, and you're not in. I'd say of all the teams that were left out, that probably surprised me the most. Taking a look at Ohio State and Loyola, and I may actually have to drive across the state line and make about an hour and a half trip to put a bet on this. Ohio State plus 1.5 to Loyola. I mean, what is that line? I'm stunned. I'm stunned by that one.
I mean, Ohio State was looking like the best team in the Big Ten.
Yep.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then they just finished on an abysmal run, losing to the likes of Nebraska. I mean,
Penn State.
Yeah, Penn State.
Yeah.
Like,
I
don't know. I mean, I still like their talent a lot. I mean, that Beckman guard, like he was the Big Ten freshman of the year 2 weeks ago, and you thought, here we go. Ohio State's going to make a run, win the Big Ten, make a run in the tourney, and then the wheels totally fell off. Now, the only good thing is, I mean, the reason why I like conference tourneys and obviously March Madness is, you're 0-0. So it gives you a chance to reestablish. But the last thing you want to do is be in terrible form coming in. So,
I agree 100%.
I wish I was in Chicago or in Illinois because I'm probably going to end up betting this game and losing on Ohio State. But.
No, I'm right with you there. I'll tell you, I'm gonna have to try to get over to Indiana before this game starts. Hey, we did it last year. We took Loyola against Georgia Tech, and that worked out. So, I like Ohio State here. I mean, I think EJ Liddell can take over this game, and I think they can definitely win. Taking a look, Villanova, Delaware. Villanova, I mean, coming off a Big East championship, probably 2 games you could argue they should have lost to St. John's and Creighton. But they got the job done. Well, UConn, I guess, too, huh? 3 straight. Kind of living and dying, there. But Villanova, the 2 seed, I mean, we talked about this a little bit. I think, again, I mean, this is a team I've been telling you for 2 months now. I think that they have the talent. I think they can get to the Final Four. I think that they can win a national championship. And I have a future on them. And I'll tell you right now, I couldn't be happier with the draw that Villanova got in this particular bracket. I think Arizona's too young, and I think Villanova can handle Tennessee if that ends up being the matchup. So I'm taking Villanova to come out of this side of the bracket and go to the Final Four.
Yeah, I'm with you. I have an amazing Nova ticket. I took them preseason at 12-1. What great CLV there.
22 to 1 is what I got. So
I mean, I'm totally with you. I mean, it's going to be tough. Zona is definitely nasty. I think Zona can win this whole thing, but they're a little young. They're well coached. I love their coach. For the people who don't know, he was the longtime assistant at Gonzaga, and he did a lot of the recruiting. So he brought in a lot of foreign guys the same way Gonzaga does.
Yep.
And, I mean, they're a team who can beat anybody, but I agree. I mean, veteran, people who've been there, that plays a role. And Nova, if it's Nova, Arizona, at 25-1, you'll have a little bit of hedge equity as well.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I'm going to rebet them at 25-1, and in my bracket, yeah, I'm with you. I'll take them to the Elite Eight and take them to beat Zona. So.
Yep, I think that's where I'm looking to. And then just to head on to the bottom bracket here, Kansas, the 1 seed. I mean, that's pretty well been set in stone these last few weeks. Every single bracket that you see, Kansas has been the 1 seed, and I don't know why. But they won the Big 12, so it's hard to dispute it.
Right. I thought if they won the Big 12, they'd be deserving.
Yeah,
Baylor. I mean, but the thing is, like, a lot of it has to do with regions too, and it has to do with money as well. So,
yeah, 100%.
That's why. I mean, was Baylor deserving of a 1? Hell no, but they got it because of politics, essentially.
Yeah. Well, and I'll tell you, I mean, just as we get ready to run this down, and the winner of Kansas is going to get Bryant and Wright State. This bracket here, this Midwest regional, I think this has a chance to be one of the craziest brackets of all of them.
Maybe of all time.
Maybe of all time. I mean, you take a look here, and I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm already all over Creighton. Again, another Mountain West team that you mentioned, San Diego State. This is going to be a very, very low-scoring game, I would think. You saw the way you can get +2 right now on DraftKings. I think Creighton wins this game, and I'll tell you right now, I think Creighton can pull an upset over Kansas, and you could see Creighton in the Sweet 16. I think that is absolutely possible. And we mentioned this, we kind of teased it a little bit earlier before we started. Iowa-Richmond, locked this bet in before we came on to the air. Richmond +10 on DraftKings. I know when I saw this line, I about fell out of my chair. I mean, Richmond +10, absolutely stunned with this line. I mean, I cannot believe that they're catching 10 in this spot. And I mean, again, we talked about it already. I mean, I guess maybe it kind of goes against, what we say, as far as, taking a team that's been red hot. Richmond, obviously 4 in 4 days. Iowa obviously won the Big Ten, but this line is way too high, in my opinion.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, most people won't even know where Richmond is. I was watching this with my friend. He said, "Where are they from? Rhode Island? Are they from Connecticut?" So I mean, people don't even know what state they're from, let alone who this team is. And now, really quick, this team has been together for 5 years. Some of the guys have been playing there for 6 years. They're 24 and 25 years old. They're literally grown men. Playing against sometimes 18-year-olds. That's a 7-year difference, and that's a huge age difference in that age group. And, this is a team that's been on the cusp. They were a shoo-in to make the tournament in 2020 when it was canceled. Last year, they had a little bit of a down year. So, this is a team that's really hungry, and that's why we love them to win the A-10. They did, and it wouldn't be the first time that Iowa has choked under Fred McCaffrey as a big favorite in the first or second round.
Yep.
Give me Richmond for the 3rd game in a row. I'll put a mortgage payment on the damn spread and give me the fucking money line. Let's go.
+400 on the money line. I can tell you, I will be sprinkling that as well. And this Richmond team, I mean, moving right along. Providence, South Dakota State. I mean, I will tell you, Ken Pom has obviously been very low on Providence all year, and I think rightfully so. Steve, have you seen this line?
No.
Providence -2.
Oh my God.
I mean, this is a game, honestly, at this point, though, where I would probably look to take Providence, just simply because I think the line is too low. However, South Dakota State, again, another team like Murray State, undefeated in conference play, pretty well ripped through it, no issues whatsoever. This is a total stay away for me.
Yeah, I was going to say, I could never bet South Dakota State.
No.
But, we just watched them play in that conference tournament. And, they barely got past North Dakota State.
Yeah. That was a touch and go game.
Providence. South Dakota State doesn't have Mike Baum anymore. That guy's playing in the TBT. So
the Dominator is gone. He's no longer there.
I'm with you. That'll be a great game to watch, and I wouldn't be shocked if South Dakota State wins. I'll take Providence, I think, in my bracket because.
Well, I'll just tell you right now, this top half of the bracket very easily could you see in the Sweet 16, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Creighton against Richmond. I think.
Dude, I can see it.
Imagine.
I think Creighton or Richmond. I think Richmond can get to the Elite Eight.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think again, this Richmond team, guys, there's something to be said. These kids. If you watch the A10, and Steve and I maybe a little biased here with a 16-1 that we just cashed on Richmond, but this team, again, as he mentioned, they have never been to the NCAA tournament, as a group. And you saw it, the fight and the toughness. This team is not going.
Came back 3 times from double digits in the conference tourneys.
Yep, they're not going to quit. And
0.
I absolutely love it. Again, I cannot believe that Richmond is plus 10 in this spot. It absolutely blows my mind. I'll tell you right now, you're looking for a team to parlay if you're wanting to go that Houston, Illinois money line parlay that we talked about. Throw Richmond plus 10 in that parlay, and it's plus 200 odds, 2-1, and
that'll be the easiest leg of the parlay of the first round. I promise you.
I think so. By far my favorite game. I don't know. I don't know if you can bet this or not. I don't. Maybe offshore. The total of the seeds that are going to make the Final Four. Very rare chance you have a 12.
They'll have it.
Or a 9 in the Final Four, in my opinion. I think it can happen. I think this Auburn team, not to jump ahead, is Jekyll and Hyde. This Wisconsin team, I'm sure they have the talent. Who knows? LSU, same thing. I've been high on them all year. Laying 4 to Iowa State in this game, 4.5. I do like LSU in this spot, but I'll tell you, I'm a little hesitant. Will Wade was fired. Maybe that's a good thing. I'm not sure. I don't know what to make of that.
I hate that.
Maybe LSU would quit. I know you and I had him against Arkansas, and it was a little pissed off the way that game kind of unfolded. LSU's going to do one of 2 things. They're either going to show up or they're going to be dead to rights. But Iowa State, I have not heard anything about them. I can't believe the fact that they're 11 seed. I have not heard one person talk about Iowa State in the last 2 weeks when it comes to the media. Now, I guess you could make the case that maybe Iowa could be a play here because of that. But I like LSU in this spot. Maybe that's another leg for your money line parlay as well. I think they can definitely win this game.
Yeah, I'm probably staying far away from that game, but
yeah, I probably will pass as well. Been burned enough on them. Minus 200 on the money line. Moving on, Wisconsin Colgate. Wisconsin minus 8.5. I have no idea what to make of this game. Colgate last year, I believe it was as a 13 seed, gave Arkansas all they could handle. I think Wisconsin wins this game. I think they have the talent to do so. Now, covering may be a different story, but again, maybe another leg for the money line parlay. But I'll tell you what, I hate money line parlays.
No,
in March Madness.
Yeah, no, it's really dangerous. We've had a lot more failure than success doing it over the years. I would just recommend don't do it.
Right.
But if you want to do it, maybe put $10 on or whatever.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't put a big part of your bankroll on it.
Right.
It's too dangerous. But yeah, I used to live in the heart of the Colonial League. Seen a lot of these. Or Patriot League, rather. Yeah. Colgate's. All those teams are garbage. So.
Bucknell, baby.
Yeah.
USC Miami I got nothing
Man.
here. I mean,
two teams that I wanted to bet.
yeah.
So I'm a little annoyed by this. I mean, USC has the experience. Granted,
Yep.
they also had the Rookie of the Year, the NBA Rookie of the Year on that team last year, in Evan Mobley. They have his brother, who's a poor man's version of him.
Right.
But it's ironic because they're coached by the all-time highest free throw percentage dude of all time, and they're the worst free throw shooting team. So it's a little irony there. But I mean, Miami, they have some nasty guards. Guards win in March. So
100%.
Yeah,
well, and
I can't. I mean, Miami has effed us multiple times this year, so I can't bet them.
Yeah, no, that's and that's USC -1.5 in that game. That is a game I'm staying away from. Real quick, you mentioned free throw shooting. These guys right here, Villanova, best in the land, best ever in college basketball so far, at least in the regular season. Free throws matter. Guard play matters. Jay Wright, I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it.
Me too.
Auburn.
It wouldn't be the first time that we catch a big future with Nova either.
That is very true. Yeah, and then taking a look at Auburn, trying to find a line here for some reason. Not getting anything on MGM. Let's see here. Auburn -17 against Jacksonville State. I heard those clowns on CBS. Oh, Jacksonville State, watch out for this team. I mean, and I have no idea. Maybe you should watch out for them. But I think Auburn wins this game, and Auburn has a very favorable draw. I mean, I guess
they got very lucky.
They did.
They could have easily been bounced in the second round had this fallen a little bit differently.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. I'll tell you, I think Auburn will be in the Sweet 16, and you may see an all-SEC showdown in the Sweet 16 with Auburn and LSU. But I'm going to tell you, this bottom bracket, I know we mentioned it to start. I mean, you could see a 9, you could see a 12, you could see a 6. I mean, I think the team seeded, 1, 2, 3, 4 that has the best chance to make a Final Four run is probably Auburn. I think would be my pick
for sure.
And yeah, I mean, I guess if I had to pick a Final Four team, I would roll Auburn in this spot. But like I said, I think this Midwest bracket is going to be total mayhem. They are going to bring a whole new meaning to March Madness. I cannot wait to watch these games unfold. Hopefully we're on the right side of those.
Yeah, definitely are with Richmond. And we're going to wrap this up because I'll give a bonus NBA play.
Yeah, we can go ahead and wrap it up. So I guess real quick, Steve, my Final Four, as I'm picking right now, again, this is just totally off the cuff. I would go with Duke out of the West Regional. I would take Kentucky out of the East. I would take Villanova out of the South. And I would roll Auburn out of the Midwest. And, I guess we can go full on conspiracy. I'll say Duke Villanova in the championship game, and I'll have a future on both of them, so I don't give a shit who wins. What you got?
You and me both, man. Let's do it. Yeah, I love it.
So, yeah, that'll pretty well wrap up our March Madness preview. Steve mentioned he's got an NBA bet for you here. So what's the play in the NBA? I'll go ahead and run over to the app and get that bet placed.
Yep. We're going to roll with the Grizzlies in the first half. I bet at -8. The line's gone up. I take anything under -10. They're going up against the Thunder, who've lost by 19 or more in the last 4. The Grizzlies coming off a bad loss in the last game. They're the best first half team against the spread. On the road, they're covering over 70% of the time in the first half. I like them to come out and just obliterate the Thunder. They'll be up easily double digits.
What was it looks like this game has actually started.
Oh, has it? You know what?
Yeah, looks like Grizzlies -9.5. Do you like that? They're up 7, 40-33.
Is it halftime?
Nope, just second quarter just started. Grizz -9.5. You like it?
As a live bet?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean I took a -9 first half.
All right, so there you got it. 9.5. Check those live odds. Actually, just as I watched it, did not get a chance to bet it. It just moved to 11.5. So Grizz in the first half. Well, you got anything? How about I'm gonna put you on the spot here, since that one's already underway. Lakers Suns. Anything? Can the Lakers do anything after LeBron dropped 50?
You know, I'm either staying away from the Lakers or betting against them. I got nothing in that game. I'm sorry. Yeah, you know what? I had my time zone screwed up. Oh, you know what? Was it? It was daylight savings today, wasn't it? Or is it?
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. We either went forward or backward now. I just know I was tired as hell when I woke up.
Oh, you know what? That's why. Because my time changed. I forgot in Mexico it changes. Damn it. Yeah. So that was my bad. I gotta pay attention to that actually.
All right. Well,
I don't want to mess with games.
No Memphis in the first half, but Richmond +10.
Yep.
Sprinkle the money line. That's the play. Memphis in a very close second for me, followed by Creighton, and then follow that by Texas. So I'm going to be very high on those 4 games. Like I said, already bet Richmond. I'm going to hold off on Memphis, see if we can get a little bit of money on Boise State. But Memphis on the money line, Creighton plus the points, and we'll see what happens. So appreciate you guys tuning in. We may do this later in the week. We'll see what it looks like. But that was our preview show, and we'll see you guys later.
Good luck, guys.